Iowa's news leader. Now, KCCI News Channel 8's First News at 5.
And indeed, it did have the names of 13 students on there that someone apparently wished dead.
Right now at 5, Ottumwa police have in their hands a high school hit list. How they got it and why.
Plus, this mom's son and daughter are dead after another daughter sets the home on fire. But see why the mom's blaming someone else for the crime. Good afternoon, everyone. A janitor at a Central Iowa high school found the disturbing note.
The note lists 13 students who someone once killed. Our top story is unfolding at the high school in Ottumwa. Chris Nagus is there live with the story he's been investigating all day. And Chris, what was school like today?
Steve, it was a normal school day here at Ottumwa High School. It will be for the rest of the week. Right now, administrators are taking this very seriously. Again, some very disturbing details contained in that note. The writer threatens to kill 13 students along with himself or herself. They still don't know who's responsible. Now people here in Ottumwa are wondering if the hit list is a joke or whether or not it's legit. Inside Ottumwa High School, student attendance is down, police presence is up. And it's all because of the note, a hit list everyone is talking about.
From what I've heard, that there's like 13, 14 names on a list, and it's supposed to happen sometime in the day.
There was a hit list, and there's people supposed to bring guns and stuff like that to school.
Alicia Venator is going home early. Her grandmother feels it's safer to keep her granddaughter at home.
I take it real seriously because everything's happening in different schools. I mean, when a kid makes a threat, you got to go for and find out what's going on.
We have a good police force in Ottumwa, and they're very
The principal understands the concerns. He wants to know why someone would write about killing 13 of his students. Students the writer calls scurvs.
We're treating it as the work of someone who is upset.
He realizes it could be a prank, but considering the past, a hit list is no joke.
In these post-Columbine days, you can't look at such notes anymore and ignore them.
Steve Hansen has no idea if the person responsible will ever be caught, but hopes to get them help if they are, especially because of the disturbing details scribbled on the note.
All my life I was sad. Now I will show the world who I am.
Usually there is one school resource officer here on hand at Ottumwa High School. Today there were 6 police officers patrolling the hallways, just making sure everything was safe. And there will be an extra police presence here until the situation is sorted out. Tonight on News Channel 8, we will talk to a parent whose son appears on this list, and it is worth watching. He has a very interesting take on the situation.
Okay, Chris, 13 kids. Are there any common links between the students on the list?
Steve, I did ask that question. Some of the students know each other, some of them don't, but right now there does not appear to be any common links between the 13 students listed on that hit list.
Okay, Chris Nagus live in Ottumwa. We'll have more from you coming up tonight at 6. Ottumwa officials took the list seriously because just 2 weeks ago, a teenager killed 9 people in Minnesota. Today was the first day the teachers and staff were allowed back into the Red Lake School. Police say Jeff Weiss shot and killed his grandfather's girlfriend, and then brought the gun to school and killed 7 more. Many teachers were still overwhelmed with grief as they collected their books and personal items.
Right now, the high school staff is going over to the building, the high school, and they're going to get what they need out of their classrooms, grade books, etc., because we are going to hold a parent conference later on this week.
Had a lot of unfinished questions and concerns and things, and so yeah, I would say that they were probably uneasy about it. I know I was.
School officials are working on resuming classes at another location for the remainder of the school year.
The mother of a Western Iowa teenager accused of setting their house on fire blames her husband and not her daughter for the deaths of 2 other children. 17-year-old Tracy Dice is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. After the fire, officials began investigating Brian Street, who is now charged with sexual abuse. The teenager, her mother, and Street escaped the fire that broke out last Thursday. Tracy's 6-year-old brother and her 13-year-old sister died inside the house. Dice's mother says, as far as she's concerned, her husband, quote, killed my children. Tracy did not.
She sent me a note that said she was sorry, that she hadn't been able to tell me anything before. I gotta send her a note that said I loved her.
Tracy is being held in a juvenile detention center. Her first court appearance is set for May 5th. At least 600,000 people waited in line for hours today to see Pope John Paul II.
Washington Bureau reporter Lori Kinney is in Rome with more on the emotional experience.
Steve and Cynthia, Vatican officials estimate up to 18,000 people an hour are filing past as the Pope lies in state. Outside St. Peter's Basilica, there were long lines and high anticipation Tuesday for those waiting to attend the public viewing of Pope John Paul II.
We joined the queue at 10 to 11 this morning, so 6 hours already, and probably another couple of hours, I would think.
It's tiring. It's a long day, but it's definitely worth it. I think it's going to be worth it.
Once inside the church, the hundreds of thousands of mourners filed past respectfully as the Pope lay in state. After just moments, the long-anticipated visit was over, and people poured out the other side. These young people made it in to see the Pope overnight, then crashed in sleeping bags, exhausted but gratified.
We say in prayer just a little, and then we go out, and now we sleep.
As plans are being made to lay the Pope to rest Friday, cardinals must also set a date for the conclave that will elect the next Pope. Some are already feeling the heavy responsibility.
I'm not the smartest fella, not the holiest fella, and yet I want to make sure that I listen, and that I love, and that I am courageous enough to do what I should do.
One Brazilian cardinal said earlier today he believes the selection of the new pope will go quickly because he says many have already had some time to think it over. In Rome, I'm Lori Kinney. Steve, back to you.
Thank you, Lori. Hundreds of ambulances are on standby for the thousands waiting to pay their respects to the Pope. Some elderly people even fainted in line today and they were rushed to area hospitals. Others waited so long they just gave up and went home.
There is one man who wants to go to the Pope's funeral, but he's not allowed. Turkish authorities rejected a request by Mehmet Ali Aja, who is the man who shot and wounded Pope John Paul in 1981. Ali Aja wanted to be let out of jail long enough to go to the funeral. After the assassination attempt, Pope met Ali Aja in prison and forgave him.
The College of Cardinals has not yet decided when to begin its conclave to select Pope John Paul's successor. The Cardinals met for a second day today, but just to finalize details for Friday's funeral. Church law states that they must meet 15 to 20 days after the death of the Pope to start deciding on a successor. The Cardinals did decide, however, today that white smoke billowing from the Vatican chimney will not be the only signal that a new Pope has been selected. For the first time, celebratory bells will ring as well. There's been some confusion in the past over the white smoke.
Many of you will be able to pay your respects to Pope John Paul this week with special church services around the state. Tomorrow night at 7:45, a special Mass will be held at the Queen of Apostles Parish in Council Bluffs. Then Thursday evening at 7:30, St. Ambrose Cathedral in downtown Des Moines will host a memorial service. Finally, St. Anthony's Parish in Des Moines is holding a holy hour at 7 o'clock each evening during the official 9 days of mourning for Pope John Paul.
Some of the few and the proud are heading home this Thursday. 140 Marine reservists from the Des Moines-based Echo Company are returning from Iraq after serving 7 months overseas. A homecoming celebration is Thursday at the Iowa State Fairgrounds.
And you have a lot to celebrate this Cinco de Mayo.
That's for sure. This year, May 5th, also kicks off Pella's annual Tulip Festival. It's the 70th anniversary of tulip time, and the three-day festival highlights Pella's rich Dutch heritage. It runs May 5th through the 7th. And it looks very nice in that video, and it's also been so nice outside today. Curtis Gertz headed on over to Waterworks Park.
Yeah, and I bet he's seeing some maybe daffodils blooming out there along the way.
Exactly. Hey, Steve and Cynthia, look at this. There's the river. And look at there's me. I'm living in Unit 8 down by the river, operating a live truck. Things are a little lean. We're just having a little fun down here. You're right, it is a gorgeous day, but later you'll need umbrellas or a roof overhead, as we do have rain chances in our weather headlines. Checking that out, and those rain chances will continue overnight. A cool down on the way, and it looks to be nice, very nice late week. All that coming your way in the 5-day forecast. Steve and Cynthia, maybe I could talk to you on this. I'm on the red phone. I don't know what this means in the van.
It's
the red phone.
We can hear you in our earpieces.
That goes to Commissioner
so
Gordon's
I'm talking
office.
to you two ways. Okay, stand by, you guys. We'll be taking you a 2-shot in 10 seconds. Bye now.
All right, I think they are. That's coming up. Bye, Curtis.
Thank you, Curtis. No 2-shot. We need to go to traffic cam outside. Look at I-235 and Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway. Things are moving along very smoothly in the westbound lanes, especially in the eastbound lanes. So if you're headed out there this afternoon or you know somebody who is, be careful.
Also coming up, how are our nation's emergency response teams reacting during day 2 of America's biggest ever terror drill?
Plus, it's bad news for the last of the big 3 network news anchors. But unlike the others, he's not leaving. Get the scoop coming up.
First, if you want your wedding to be unlike anyone else's, see how you can hire this Metro woman to make a starring appearance on your big day. First News at 5 continues after this.
Towing for taxes. A new high-tech tool could lead the tax man right to you. How? Find out tonight when our Money Watch series begins on the CBS Evening News with Bob Schieffer.
Out of gas?
Yeah. Dodge Grand Caravan. The only minivan with stow and go. Another minivan first from Dodge.
Daddy just had to get a motorcycle, didn't he?
Funny, huh? The lowest priced minivan in America, starting under $19,000.
If you're looking for adventure, take the Trail of Legends to North Dakota. Whether you're a born explorer or just a true fun seeker, you'll find it here. For great ideas on things to do and places to stay on your North Dakota vacation, call 1-800-HELLO-ND. North Dakota. Legendary.
Our wedding pictures finally came.
Oh, good.
Oh. Wait, what is this? David, our pictures, they're ruined.
I told you I was hungry.
When you've got Arby's on your mind, it's hard to hide. Especially the Arby's Market Fresh Chicken Salad Wrap or the Chicken Salad Sandwich. It's diced grilled chicken with chopped apples, red grapes, and toasted pecans. It'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
In an ideal world, your power company would always be there for you. They'd always invest in the most reliable technology out there, and they do it all just for us. Well, that's just what it's like being a member of our electric co-op. And when we hit the switch, we know exactly what's going to happen.
When we shine as one. Brought to you by the Touchstone Energy Cooperatives of Iowa. This is KCCI's First News at 5 with Steve Carlin, Cynthia Boder, and meteorologist Curtis Gertz. We're proud to be Iowa's news leader.
That big boom is part of the nation's biggest ever anti-terror drill. It's going on this week in New Jersey and Connecticut to see just how well intelligence and medical officials respond to an attack. The explosion simulated a chemical weapons blast. Fake victims even lined up later for decontamination. The nation's top 2 lawmen are pushing for yet another weapon to fight terrorism.
They're asking Congress to renew the Patriot Act. News from the war on terror today. Attorney General Alberto Gonzales and FBI Director Robert Mueller both testified. They say the sharing of information between intelligence and law enforcement agencies has been helpful, and they say the benefits of the act outweigh criticisms that it's too intrusive.
Al-Qaeda and other terrorist groups still pose a grave threat to the security of the American people. And now is not the time to relinquish some of our most effective tools in this fight.
Senators say they will introduce legislation that would modify some of the more radical parts of the Patriot Act.
It could be another day before we know just how much damage has been done by the flooding in the eastern United States. Today's news around the nation starts in Pennsylvania, where it's still a wet, muddy mess. Heavy rains and snowmelt have forced several rivers out of their banks. Lots of people had to evacuate, and though the water is receding, it could be several days before they can go back home. About 250 people were forced from their homes in California last night after a train derailed. A dozen cars jumped the tracks. One of them leaked a dangerous liquid. Witnesses say it resembled paint thinner. This will be a mess for quite a while. The Union Pacific has to rebuild about 600 feet of track before it can remove the train.
Michael Jackson's past is coming back to haunt him. The woman who once cleaned up after the singer caused quite a mess on the witness stand today.
Testimony about the incident of seeing her son and Michael Jackson in the sleeping bag corroborates in part her son's testimony about the second of three incidents.
The former maid's son testified yesterday that Jackson molested him. Many court observers saw his testimony as very damaging to the superstar because it shows a pattern of abuse. ABC anchorman Peter Jennings is used to battling tough interviews. Now he's fighting lung cancer. Jennings announced the diagnosis this morning, and he will begin outpatient treatment next week. He will continue to anchor World News Tonight when he feels up to it. He has anchored the show since 1983.
Back here in Des Moines, a local radio personality is selling herself on eBay. Well, selling her services anyway. Colleen Kelly of Big Ken and Colleen on Star 102.5 wants to be a bridesmaid. She's never been one before, and she turns 30 next year, so it's a big deal.
Colleen was scheduled to be in a friend's wedding this year, but that friend eloped to Vegas instead. Colleen says she can do it all. Poetry, toasts, even lead the electric slide at the reception. Colleen talked to an eBay bidder earlier this morning about his interest in her services.
I spoke to one of our high bidders, and I think he had a friend who was maybe interested in meeting me, so he thought it would be a good idea to just have me in the wedding. I don't know if his bride-to-be was as excited.
You'll find a link to Colleen Kelly's auction at theiowachannel.com.
Well, there's something about Mary. Mary Tharp of Greenfield is 93 years old, and she's a bowler with a goal. See that something for yourself and find out about this goal thing in tonight's Carlin Covers Central Iowa only, folks, on News Channel 8 at 10. Sounds make moments memorable. Find out how some special sounds of the season have been captured for all to hear. But first, Mr. Curtis Gertz is live at Des Moines Waterworks Park.
We got a couple strikes and even a few gutter balls in our Super Doppler forecast. I'll have all the soggy details coming your way next.
Quick! Memorize everything about this precise moment because you are going to want to remember exactly what you were doing when Pizza Hut announced the historic $1.99 pizza deal. That's right. Right now, when you buy any of these delicious large specialty pizzas, like a Supreme or Meat Lovers, we'll give you an entire second medium pizza with hot, bubbly cheese and one topping of your choice for an incredible $1.99. In the annals of history, has any other pizza company offered a deal this good? Everyone's going to want a piece of this. The historic $1.99 pizza deal from Pizza Hut.
Mark, what did I tell you about skateboarding in the house? Report card.
This moment brought to you by Sylvan Learning Center. We identify your child's unique needs, followed by individual attention, with flexible hours and progress reports.
His teacher recommended Sylvan, and what a difference.
For the centers in Ames, Pleasant Hill, and Urbandale, call 877-45-SYLVAN today.
Closed captioning on KCCI is brought to you by the Iowa Clinic Women's Center. Going to the doctor just got easier. Visit iowaclinic.com and learn about coordinated scheduling.
Choosing the right home may take months. Decorating it perfectly may take years. Leaving it every day just takes complete confidence in both your home and auto insurance. Allied Homeowners and Auto Insurance. Feel independent. Contact your independent agent about Allied Insurance.
Now, your live Super Doppler 8 network forecast from your only team of 4 certified meteorologists, keeping you safe under an umbrella of protection.
Hope you had a chance the last 3 days to get out and enjoy. We have some wonderful weather. Our average high the past 3 days, if you average it out, has been about 77.5 degrees. Look at this, tight lines and good fishing. Hope you're getting out and enjoying this. Fell out doing a little fishing, had a little luck so far, and hoping for more. Maybe we're bringing them some good luck here. Look at the temperatures outside right now. That is so fine. 70 degrees dew point, 57, south winds at 17. Now this evening there's going to be a few more clouds, so it's going to feel a bit cool at times with that south wind. Keep that in mind if you're going to do your outdoor activities right up to sunset. Might get a little cool. 72 Mason City. Dubuque, beautiful day. 75 in the Quad Cities. Here's visible satellite picture. Notice from the metro to the west, clouds. You head east of the metro and you are bathed in sunshine. Poweshiek County, Mahaska County, nice sunny one right now. Regional satellite and radar, a system to the west kicking up thunderstorms, some severe weather in Kansas, Oklahoma. We'll have to keep an eye out. Those thunderstorms probably headed our way overnight. Not really, though, a great chance of any severe weather here, but we will see thunderstorms overnight and then giving way to general rains as we move into Wednesday. Could be a soggy one. Cooler air moves in on north winds at 10 to 15. Temperatures overnight shape up like this in the 50s, 57 in Omaha, and then we warm things up. Notice the contrast temperature across the state. Mid-50s to the west, 70s to the east. So figure out your location by where you are, east or west. Warmer to the east, cooler to the west. 56 degrees tonight, chance of thunderstorms, best chance after midnight. Then as we head in through tomorrow, 62, good chance of rain showers, maybe an embedded thunderstorm. Winds shift around to the north at 10 to 15. How much 5-day forecast? Thursday, 61, Friday, 65, 67 degrees on Saturday, gorgeous sunshine, and then 66 on Sunday. Steve and Cynthia, you know, I can tell when I'm near the city. I get out in the country now and again. I cannot find a good skipping rock. I think all the folks have so much fun that there's no good skipping rocks left.
Well, I know I have a couple of girls who like the skipping rocks, and they may have gotten rid of them. I'm sorry.
I think they've got them all. I was digging around here for 10 minutes. Folks probably thought I was digging for worms or something, but just good skipping rocks.
Got to catch dinner.
I bet you'll find. Let's see you skip that one you have.
Okay.
There we go. He's not even
That was
lefty,
lefty, by the way. That
He's
was
not
lefty.
even lefty.
Did it skip? I couldn't tell there.
Yeah, 6 times all the way across.
All right, Curtis, thank you very much. Let's check in with Kevin Cooney to see what's coming up on News Channel 8 at 6.
All right, Steve and Cynthia, we'll go back to Chris Nagus in Ottumwa. Chris has more on the discovery of a hit list at a high school and how school officials there are dealing with that surprising and frightening discovery. And Jeff Greenwood will be along to examine an interesting aspect of recent criminal cases involving children.
At least 2 cases have hit the news in the past few weeks where a parent is accused of a very serious crime against a child. And in both cases, the children were reportedly homeschooled. Do homeschool kids need a better safety net? I'm Jeff Greenwood. It's a question we'll ask tonight.
As the world says goodbye to Pope John Paul II, what do Iowans want to see in a new pope? I'm Michelle Parker. I'll have some thoughts.
This nice path winds its way to something new. Well, actually, it's something old with a new look. I'm Travis Craven. We'll show you what it is tonight.
And if you like jazz, we'll show you the place to be today and tonight. Steve and Cynthia, we hope you'll join us at 6.
I want to see where that path goes.
Not too far from your place.
Oh, really? Thanks, Kevin.
Sounds for a Lifetime, preserving America's great recordings. I'm Stacey Case at the Library of Congress. You'll hear them coming up.
Hi, I'm Tony from Thrasher Service. Let me tell you what Thrasher Service can do for you. We are your complete air conditioning, heating, and plumbing specialists for your home and business. We service all brands of furnace and air conditioners and water heaters. We can completely remodel your bathroom. Thrasher Service will gladly come to your home or business and give you a free estimate on any installation you may have in mind. Call Thrasher Service now. You'll never get a recorded message. Thrasher Service, Tony.
Here's to your couch. Day after day, year after year, it's always there for you no matter what. The big game, the slumber party, the afternoon nap. What better way to say you care than with new and improved Febreze? Because only Febreze has Cleanse Air, a unique new formula that eliminates odors on fabrics better than ever before. Use Febreze and say thank you, couch.
I'm a day tripper. We are day trippers. We're day trippers! Yay!
We're day tripping all weekend.
We're all day trippers.
Begin your vacation of a day, a weekend, or a week at ClearLakeIowa.com.
Be a Clear Lake day tripper. Cool, classic Clear Lake.
Looking for a faster, fresher, better choice for lunch? Try Fazoli's Pizzerinos and Spaghetti Combo.
It comes with free breadsticks,
All for just $3.99.
including the breadsticks.
They know. And Coke.
And breadsticks.
Or try the Pizza Baked Spaghetti for $3.99.
With free sticks.
Try Fazoli's Pizzerinos and Spaghetti Combo.
Faster, fresher, and breadstickier.
When things get crazy in the jungle of Newell, it will take Dr. Seuss's beloved characters to bring harmony back to the world. Seussical the Musical. Get tickets today at dmplayhouse.com.
Tomorrow, a look at the live Super Doppler 8 network.
And avoid traffic headaches on I-235.
Plus, put money in your pocket as well. Learn that and more tomorrow on News Channel 8 this morning.
Well, let's check out another traffic cam. This one at I-235 and 63rd. And as you can see, it looks like a parking lot out there. Things are not doing well at all in either direction. So somebody's heading home. It's going to take a while. Get into the groove.
All right, it sounds like a funky thing for the Library of Congress to do, but as Stacey K shows us, it's all about swinging to the beat.
Fascinating rhythm, you got me on the go.
It's music to many ears, and now Gershwin's famed song, Fascinating Rhythm, has its place in history, alongside a cross-section of music now protected in an archive of sound at the Library of Congress.
This is the worst trip I've ever been on. Lord, I don't know what I'll do.
From jazz to pop, handled hip-hop, the Library of Congress is adding 50 cuts to its National Recording Registry.
These are sound recordings that will disappear unless somebody tries to save them.
On that saved list, rapper Chuck D, a Public Enemy.
Rap music, at its bare root, is made out of the respect of recordings. And so it comes full circle.
And the 50 archived recordings aren't all music. They run the gamut from history-making speeches to, you guessed it, news broadcasts.
Far away in the distance, I can see just that faint, red, angry snap of anti-aircraft bursts.
That's an Edward R. Murrow broadcast from the Battle of Britain.
That old soldier never died.
And General MacArthur in 1951. All sounds of history, all safely guarded for many years to come. In Washington, Stacey Case, KCCI News Channel 8.
Thank you, Stacey. We are going to play a little guessing game. Can you figure out how much this colossal catfish weighs? The answer when First News at 5 continues.
Out of gas?
Yeah.
Dodge Grand Caravan, the only minivan with stow and go. Another minivan first from Dodge.
Daddy just had to get a motorcycle, didn't he?
Funny, huh? The lowest priced minivan in America, starting under $19,000.
I want you to clear your mind. Think of an animal.
Elephant.
Elephant. Concentrate on your age.
36.
You are 29.
Wow, he's good.
Fool everyone with new Total Effects Serum. It fights signs of aging better than several department store serums. New Total Effects Serum. Your age is your business. Keeping it secret is ours.
At Menards, we guarantee the lowest prices on the best selection. Add style to your room with Dutch Boy paint. Right now, buy any 3 gallons of Dutch Boy interior or exterior paint and get the 3rd gallon free after rebate. Create a hand-painted look without the paint with Imperial Rub-On Stencils. Easy as 1, 2, 3 and all 23% off. Plus, don't pay till 2006 with your Menards Big Card.
Save big money at Menards.
For up-to-the-minute weather information day or night, call the live Super Doppler 8 Network forecast at 247-8880. Sponsored by Leaf Guard of Iowa.
Papa Murphy's. So tell me, why were you voted the best pizza chain in America?
Well, ma'am, because we use only the finest ingredients and they're all really fresh. And right now you can get our family-size Chicago-style stuffed pizza for only $9.99. It's a 2-layered pizza stuffed with pepperoni, Italian sausage, salami, ground beef, onions, then loaded with over a pound of cheese. That's over 5 pounds of our Chicago-style stuffed pizza, all for only $9.99. Papa Murphy's Take and Bake Pizza. Handmade, home-baked.
CBS Tonight. Amy's daughter is rebelling.
We did it myself. You never said I couldn't.
Just wait till you find out what else she's done. And
I'm 8. He starts hitting me with a belt.
maybe I crossed the line. Will a father's past mistake
I need to know that you are not going to do to Daisy what you did to Jessica.
I was young cost him another daughter?
Is your arm hurt? Yeah. What happened?
Please don't take my baby, Judge Gray. Judging Amy, it's the first of 5 new episodes in a row.
Today's Market Report is sponsored by the Des Moines office of A.G. Edwards.
One more look now at that traffic cam down on I-235 and 63rd Street, where traffic has been pretty much at a standstill. Rush hour very slow going down in West Des Moines there.
Cynthia's warning you about that, but we have to warn you about this as well. The next story here, it's a big fish tale.
A story about a big fish indeed. It took 3 children to reel the 65-pound blue catfish out of a Houston lake. Check this out, John McLaughlin. The fish is almost as big as the kids were. The kids say it took them almost a half hour to reel it in.
Can you imagine how excited those kids were? Thank you for joining us this afternoon. CBS Evening News is next.
Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.